Good morning, or afternoon, or whenever you're watching this. I just left Tehachapi. I took a 0 day in Tehachapi to kind of take care of some errands, do some things that needed to be done. Have 140 miles till I get to Kennedy Meadows, which is the beginning of the Sierras. Pretty exciting. And I wanted to, just kind of figure out my whole bear can situation and where I'm going to pick it up, what kind of resupply I want to do, how much I want to carry. So I got all the logistics of that figured out. I did have to go into a town about an hour and a half into another city to go to an REI to buy new shoes, because even though I picked up new shoes in Wrightwood, my feet have grown a half size. So I actually had to go up to a size 12 and a half. Hopefully they stop growing, because 13 just sounds nuts. Ate a bunch of pizza, ate some Chinese food, drank some beer, got some good rest. What else? Oh yeah, I saw the Avengers. Was really wanting to see the new Avengers movie. I won't spoil it for anybody, even though hopefully you've seen that by now if you're a comic book geek. If not, go see it. And yeah, back on the trail. Apparently, according to Guthook, I am done with Southern California. Tehachapi was supposed to be the end of Southern California, and I just downloaded the second section of maps for Central and Northern California, or the Sierras and Northern California. But it definitely still looks like Southern California to me. It's already pretty hot today, huge 6-mile climb out of town, and I might end up doing 24 miles today out of town. All depends on how I feel, but so far, with the new shoes, my feet not feeling as cramped, feeling pretty good. So, here we go. Time for a little break, some lunch, and a small siesta. Been a pretty decent day so far. Climbed pretty much all the elevation that I think I'm going to be doing today. I think from now on I'm just going to be kind of cruising around. It's definitely pretty warm today. Today might be the hottest day I think I've had out on the trails so far. But still not bad. It could be a lot worse. Still technically in the Mojave, so I've been in the Mojave when it's really hot, and it could definitely be worse. One thing that is a bummer about today, because there's been like no coverage, is every time I've taken a drink of water, it's like boiling hot, because the sun is just hitting the bottle and just heating it up in there. A lot of dirt road walking today. A lot of cruising down little dirt roads. It reminded me a lot of the Arizona Trail, which once you've hiked like a bunch of different sections and different trails, every time you're on another trail, you constantly like feel like you're back on some other trail somewhere. There's parts on this trail where it's been very AT-ish, parts that have definitely been very Continental Divide-ish, the New Mexico section, and parts that have been very Arizona Trail, like the northern section. I say today is an Arizona Trail day. I like how this trail changes a lot. With the AT, a lot of times you're just hiking the exact same thing every single day, from like pretty much Georgia all the way to Massachusetts. It just looks the same, and it finally starts to look different like once you start getting into Vermont and stuff. So it's nice to have that variety out here where it changes. So today ended up being a 26-mile day out of Tehachapi. And I found a pretty decent camp spot, not in the desert, actually in some trees and grass and dirt. Recently someone asked me how I pick camp spots. I don't really pick camp spots, I just stop when I get tired. I was pretty tired after 26 miles, a day after taking a zero. You know, having a day of rest whenever you're taking a zero and then getting back out on the trail definitely wears you out a little bit more than if you are kind of in the groove and you've been doing it for a few days. And yeah, I just get tired, I find a spot, and I set up my tent and I go to bed. Lately I've been trying to get in about 25 miles a day, so if I kind of see something on Gut Hook, or know of something that's going to be like right at that 25-mile mark, I might shoot for that. But typically I just stop whenever I'm tired and I see something that looks flat. I cannot stand camping on little inclines and crappy sandy spots, and so I always look for something flat. And when I am absolutely exhausted, wore out, and I cannot go anymore for the day, that's where I camp. So now that I have the camp set up, tent set up, bed's ready to go, I've relaxed a little bit. It is time to eat. So on the menu tonight we have couscous with dehydrated peppers in there, which is one of my favorite meals. Tuna, this is with the sunflower oil in it, so it has 160 calories, none of that 70 calorie flavored lemon pepper stuff. I go for the big calories. And pesto, because this stuff is awesome. Pretty much I love eating just couscous. The great thing about couscous is you can cook it, obviously, but it is so easy to cold soak and it doesn't take long at all. And then all you do is just grab some sort of a seasoning packet, like a pesto or a taco seasoning, or sometimes I'll even get a thing of gravy mix, and you just add it to it, put some tuna in there, and you have a complete meal. And like a whole cup of couscous packs a lot of calories, so yeah. "100 miles left to Kennedy Meadows." The trail is absolutely beautiful this morning. It's nice and cool. There's a canopy, trees, dirt to hike on instead of sand, grass, greenery. Like I'm finally getting done with the desert. I know it's going to come back right before Kennedy Meadows, but it's definitely a nice break. Definitely a nice break. Got really hot today. Doesn't help that I went from that nice beautiful forest to nice beautiful desert again. I knew it was going to come back. So usually this is like a big 23, 24 mile dry stretch that you usually have to carry water. I got really lucky, and back at a road crossing there was actually a little bit of water cached. So I filled up about 1.5 liters. I am carrying about 4 liters. Have 7 more miles to go for the day. I'm gonna make camp. And then in the morning, I think that I'll have like, I wanted to say like 9, maybe 10 miles until the next water cache. So, a bit of a dry section. Definitely hot. Definitely exposed. But, good thing I got this, this here umbrella. And it's a good thing that I duct taped it back together. Well, it ended up being a pretty decent end to the day. 31.5, so almost 32 miles, which is the first time I've done a 30 since the injury, so felt pretty good. Got about 6 miles into the next water cache that I'm going to hit in the morning, and then I think I want to go ahead and go to Walker Pass tomorrow. So pretty tired. Did all my camp chores, got some food, did some stretching. I've really been trying to do yoga again. I used to do yoga a lot and just kind of got out of the habit of doing it, but since the injury I've really been trying to stretch a lot, do yoga, and keep limber so I get a real good night's sleep and all my muscles get a chance to relax. So well, I woke up this morning to a really windy, dusty day. My tent was rocking pretty hard. I got up quite early this morning, about 5 a.m., hit the trail by 5:30, and so far I've just been hiking in some really hardcore wind. Coming through these desert passes and just winds just whipping through there. I got about 6 miles to the water cache that I'm very much looking forward to, because I got about half a liter of water. And yeah, just climbing these mountains, kind of coming up and down. The trail actually sucks quite a bit because it is super soft sand. So not only is the wind blowing against me and giving me resistance, but so is the trail. As you can see, it's pretty soft sand. So you're trying to climb something really steep, and then you're essentially walking on nothing, no grip, plus the wind's blowing against me, making it a pretty interesting morning. But 6 miles to the water cache, get filled up, and then I might actually be going all the way to Walker Pass today. Don't know quite yet, but hopefully this wind dies down a little bit. Out of the desert and back in the forest again. Not as lush as it was yesterday, but definitely still quite a bit of coverage. And it's not like walking through the big Mojave barren wasteland. So really happy to be back out here. It's nice and cool, good breeze, good trail. Like I said, I think I'm gonna try to get to Walker Pass tonight. My real good friend Dan actually lives down in Ridgecrest. So I'm going to try to get him to come pick me up at Walker, take me into Ridgecrest. I want to resupply on a little bit of food, get some town food, get back to the trail, and then start heading towards Kennedy Meadows tomorrow. After I start tomorrow, I should only have like 40 or 50 miles to Kennedy, so pretty exciting. It was really nice having that water cache back there. The people who maintain that water cache were actually there, so I did get to talk to them for a little bit and actually thank them for doing what they do. Gotta love people like that just go out of their way to help hikers and cache water, because they know how much we need it and how much we want it. So keep cruising. I got a few more miles, maybe another hour, until I'm gonna take a small lunch, a siesta. There should be another water spot that's around that same area, and then I think that is the last water until Walker Pass. So keep on cruising. So made it here to Walker Pass campground, right at Walker Pass, and my buddy Dan actually came up right whenever I got here, picked me up, took me to town with another hiker, and we got pizza. So gonna chill out here. I decided to be a good guy and bring back a communal pizza, and yeah, sleep for the night, get up and keep on rolling.